Hi everyone. We are back reading our book that we've been reading for the past month. We are on chapter 7. I think in my last video I said I was going to the pool. I did not go to the pool. Actually, the day that I said that, I went to the pool. But today I did go to my grandpa's house and I helped to clean around. Like, I cleaned his house and he gave me a big wad of cash. I was like, you don't have to give me all this. He's like, no, take it. You spent 3 hours of your day cleaning my house. Take it. I was like, he was like pushing it in my hand. He was like, take it. I'm like, okay, I will. I'll take it. Thank you. But yeah. And so now we're reading chapter 7 of our book. These chapters are really short that I've noticed. They're like 2-3 pages. Which I like because for me, unfortunately, my attention span is very low. It's not. I'm fixing it. Okay, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm fixing it. But yeah, I guess that's kind of all that I have to say for right now. No music today. My tablet is my iPad is charging because after this I'm gonna try and call my friend so we can play Roblox. If you guys want my Roblox, I'll link it in my description. If you guys, want to play Bloxburg or Run Sealer, whatever. Alright, let's read. Okay, chapter 7. Sahih's words from the night before play over in my head as I finish my morning stretches in the walled garden. I've always known our abilities are different, hers of the mind while mine manifests physically. But somehow I'd never realized it left her so fearful of being on the battlefield. That was her desire to become a member of the Queen's Guard. Was more than a want, but a need. Sajid always reminds us we can't rely on our powers as our only weapon, that we should become one with the blade. I see now that for Sahih and for some of the other dancers, the blade is their only physical weapon in combat. And if what Sahih said about people with the ability to silence magic is true, all of us really must learn to fight well without our powers. I leave the sunrise behind and go to the main studio for my solo rehearsal with Mistress Zania. So far we've practiced a series of steps to best show off my ability to the audience, but they're yet to be strung together as we're still without a piece of music. Perhaps I should be worried when everyone else has already selected their music and we have less than 3 weeks to polish my solo. But I know under Mistress's guidance it will come together. Your mind is already distracted, and yet the day has only just dawned, Mistress comments as I enter the studio. I courtesy, not expecting to see her here already. My apologies for being late. You're not late. I am early. I was finalizing your choreography. You've chosen a piece of music? I asked eagerly. It kept coming back to me as the best fit for you, so yes, I finally settled on a piece. I smile and begin my warm-up as the musicians arrive. I note their instruments, Sarah on the flute, Nisha on the violin, and Nadia on the dole, while Amnia will add her voice. There will be a larger ensemble, Mistress says, when she sees me watching the quartet set up in the corner. But I thought we would start with these instruments and build once you have the dance within your body. I nod, and Mistress examines my stature as I roll through the balls of my feet. I rotate my ankles and warm up each muscle while we wait for the musicians to finish turning their instruments. The moment they're ready, Mistress lifts a hand and they play the tune that starts every class. My body reacts to the music and goes up through the motions of flexing and pointing my feet, arms and legs working together, head emphasizing each move with a look towards the bar. then away from it to my imaginary audience, everything connected. No, there's no time to think about anything else as my mind and body work in harmony with each other. Mistress walks up to me with each flick of her hand. I know she's instructing me to do. Turn around, straighten, use your core, point further, look up, look out, show off your feet. After 8 exercises, Mistress signals we're finished by lifting her hand again. To the sentry, she says, I think you will like the piece I've chosen for you. It's slower than you might expect. Less spiritedly than what I had originally planned for you, but it exudes a warmth that is perfect for showing off your skills as a dancer and a warrior. She beckons for me to sit on the stretch. We will listen to it first so you can feel for its musicality, then learn the final choreography. My eye keeps twitching. I don't know. It's been doing this all day. It's irritating. Excitement flicks inside me as the musicians take up their instruments again. Nisha begins her bow, lightly touching the strings of her violin, then caressing only a few notes. I imagine the quiet, still audience in the theater as the music sets the atmosphere for the dance. Sarah accompanies on her flute, and Amnia joins in with lyrics from a language we've only ever heard in song. It's beautiful listening to their magic unfold between them. It's the way they can play or sing a few notes and create an invisible loop, then begin of new melody and add their layers upon layer to their quartet until they sound like a full orchestra. The tempo rises as Nadia beats her dole, and I watch. Mistress marks through the dance as the tune drifts through the studio. The musicians are lost in the music, eyes closed and body swaying with the beat. I close my eyes too and listen to each note roll over the next. As the song crescendos, it tugs at me with a quiet familiarity, like a dream that slips away as you wake. In my mind, I see the desert, its edges blurred where golden dunes meet a topaz sky. Something moves in the distance, but the harder I focus on it, the more it pulls away, until I see her. Her long dark hair flies around her as she spins on the balls of her feet. The sand kicks up around her legs. I smile when I open my eyes. Mistress is watching me. You recognize the music, she says. It's not a question. The musicians continue to play. The weight of their melancholy notes settle around me. I'm not repeating that. My mother used to hum something similar. I can almost hear her humming as she plaited my hair. It's an old song, one I remember my grandmother singing to me and my sister. Mistress reminisces. Oh my god. And it's the music your mother and I chose for her solo when she graduated from the Auranchi. The sun's warmth prickles along my skin as she casts her light through the glass roof. She's danced to this? Mistress nods, beautifully too. And now you'd like me to perform the same dance. I want to ask if that's wise given the way people liken me to her, but I hold my tongue. Not the same dance, Mistress clarifies, but the same piece of music. It's the only one that feels right and whose melody can complement your magic. Something swells inside me, and it takes me a moment to recognize what it is. Connection. I feel like when I run through my stretches each morning, the very moments my mother once taught me. I don't remember much. The stories I've heard of her betrayal are more real to me than the memories of my mother herself. But sometimes I'm greeted with by the briefest feeling that we were not so dissimilar. Despite how much I've tried to prove I will not turn into the person she became. How I will not be overpowered by magic, will not be turned by our enemies to join their side and betray those I train with and fight for. I don't think I can dance to this, I say. The music ends as I await for Mistress's disappointment, but instead she says, "Why don't you try? And if you still don't feel it suits you, then we'll move on to something else." "Is there time for that?" She smiles. "There's always time. Come, let's get started." I join Mistress as she walks to the back corner of the studio, and imagine myself on theater stage. "You will start behind the curtain," she says. I repeat the moves behind Mistress as she dances. The first 8 bars of my solo with an admirable energy. "Do you have it?" she asks. I nod. Mark it through with music. I go back to the corner and the musicians play. Mistress counts me in, and I get a feel for the timing, practicing the steps she just showed me, but in a paired way, without dancing them fully. Again, but full out this time, Mistress instructs. The musicians play the same bars, and I dance as though I'm performing this time. The first sentence already is in my muscles. "Very good," says Mistress, then turns to the musicians, and played with perfect precision. We continue in this way with each new sequence until we're already a quarter of the way through my solo, and the story begins to take shape. "Let's run through what we have so far," Mistress says. "In Asaira, this time I would like you to call on your magic. Only the gold dust, not your flames. We'll build those." I breathe deeply and take my position. Gentle notes breach the stillness, and the ability rooted within me kindles. I hear Mistress's whispered counts from the front of the room, and my cue to begin. While my body focuses on the movements, my mind calls on my ability. It hums beneath my skin, and slowly my palms simmer with tendrils of golden dust branch over me as I dance through the sun-soaked studio. My skirt flares out as I spin, and my magic expands with the music like a halo. I'm at ease with the choreography coming naturally as my dance and magic work in tandem. Is this how my mother felt when she danced this piece? It's all too abrupt when the musicians stop, my body lost to the music and eager to continue. Mistress was right. This song is perfect for me. "Queen Sana will be impressed," Mistress says, satisfied. "With all of you," she finishes and gestures to the musicians. "Thank you," I say, courtesying to the quartet. "The lyrics speak of your ability, Asaira," Amnima tells me. Oh, I cannot pronounce this. Teller Ahan Khan Sanavir Eb. Is it? I think it's Eb. Eb Milray. I don't think I said that right. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, which I 100% did. "With nature's magic, we sustain life. Sustain life. I end life. We had better finish there." Okay, Mistress says, smiling, as the musicians gather their instruments and I warm down at the bar. I mull over Amina's words. I don't understand the old language of her song, a language spoken centuries ago before Amar and Mizar became separate countries. We've never been taught it in the text our ancestors once studied when they were here long gone. Though I do recognize its alphabet, it's some of the inscriptions around the sanctuary. What do you think? Okay. "What do you think?" Mistress asks when it's only us left in the studio. "Will Queen Sana know that my mother once danced this music?" They studied here together. I believe she will recognize it, yes. I want to dance to the piece, but I can't ignore the voice in my head. Is it not dangerous to perform to a piece of music once danced to, especially in front of the queen? Mistress considers this for a moment. You already walk on the halls your mother once did, but that doesn't mean you're on the same path. I try to look convinced, but my senses are but whoa. I try to look convinced, but sensing my uncertainty, Mistress adds, we all have the ability to do wrong in this world, but it's easier to place blame on and distort the truth than admit to our own mistakes. There's no disorienting what my mother did, is there? The lies spread about Queen Sana to cover up her actions are still believed. I sigh, shaking my head. The traitor I executed the other day. He said war is coming. Her lies are the reason we still train to fight Miser. Mistress's smile wavers, and I'm surprised when she places a hand on my shoulder. There is peace to be found in our past, Asayura. We only have to look for it. Okay. That's the end of chapter 7. Yeah. I don't really know what to say because I'm kind of tired, but that was a really nice chapter. I will be recording tomorrow. I think maybe it'll be later. It'll be late in the day. I need to make a schedule for my recording times because I am busy this summer. So I'll try to make a schedule when I can. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to me read. And I hope you guys have a good afternoon, day, night, wherever you are. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.